Who is a narcissist, people? The narcissists are the grumpy old troll that lives under the bridge. So understand that the grumpy old troll lives under the bridge because the grumpy old troll likes to live under the bridge. If, for example, I told you that I was attacked by a mountain lion, where do you think I encountered that lion? In the mountains, because it is a mountain lion. You don't really encounter mountain lions in the kitchen. You don't encounter them in a bedroom. You don't encounter them in the living room because mountain lions live in the mountains. That is where they're from. That is where they are comfortable. So what you don't want to do is to find a grumpy old troll that should be living under a bridge and invite that grumpy old troll into your house, into your bedroom. Why? The grumpy old troll is not going to be happy in a house, people. They are the grumpy old troll that lives under the bridge. That is where they are comfortable. So understand that there are 8 billion people on this planet and we all operate at varying levels of consciousness. So understand that we do not all think the same. So it is important that you understand that you do not project your consciousness onto other individuals, especially pathological narcissists. And what I mean here by projection is that you should not think that the other person thinks in the same way as you, because that is projection. You think the thoughts that generate in your mind are equivalent to the thoughts that are generating in their mind. People, if the grumpy old troll that lives under the bridge thought like you, then the grumpy old troll would be in an apartment. They would be in a house, etc. If they're not in a house, then they don't think like you. If you thought like the grumpy old troll, then you would live under the bridge with other trolls. Understand that there are 8 billion people on planet Earth and we all exist at varying levels of consciousness. So when you see someone standing in front of you, what you should be discerning is spirit. You should be discerning the consciousness level of that individual. And when we're talking about pathological narcissists, we're talking about people that are rooted in their shame and they're unable to move past their pride. So pathological narcissists, for example, do not have access to courage. Hence, they are stuck in a state of cowardice. They are stuck in a fear-based state. That is their level of consciousness. So if you got the courage to walk away and stay away from these toxic personality types, then you have access to courage. You have access to the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, and higher. That is your level of consciousness. Pathological narcissists are rooted in their shame because they have pathologically low self-esteem so low that they would probably have to look up to see it. And at best, they get to dysfunctional pride. And pride cometh before the fall, and they fall right back down to shame. So you're dealing with someone that did not develop past their lower ego. They are stuck in victim abuser consciousness again. They wake up in the 1st dimension, and at best, they get to the 3rd dimension, and they get to pride. Pride cometh before the fall, and they fall right back down to shame. So understand that people can only give you what they have. And since pathological narcissists do not have access to higher vibration emotions such as love and empathy, then they cannot give this to you. Because one of the main characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder, again, pathological narcissism, the pattern, the dysfunctional behavior of narcissism is that these individuals are empathy impaired, which means that they do not have empathy to give to you, because empathy would be related to love and kindness and compassion, and that would be high up there on the 500s on the Hawkins scale. Pathological narcissism as a energy spectrum exists below the line of 200. So since they don't have empathy to give to you, then what you're going to find down there in the third dimension is apathy. They have apathy to give to you. They have coldness to give to you. And oftentimes you will feel like you're interacting with a cold reptilian being. That is what you're dealing with. The grumpy old troll that lives under the bridge. A very angry and rageful person. Someone with pathologically low self-esteem. And they'll try to dump their shame onto you. They'll tell you that nobody likes you. You don't have any friends. That is a pathological narcissist. A grumpy old troll. So understand that again, all of us exist at varying levels of consciousness. So it is of the utmost importance that you raise your awareness. It is important that you learn how to discern the consciousness levels of the individuals that are around you. Because if the consciousness gap is too wide between you and another individual, there is going to be conflict because your vibrations are too far apart. And you will see where the person that is at a lower level of consciousness will try to drag you down to their level. And this is where you get popular sayings such as misery loves company from. If pathological narcissists are stuck in a state of misery, if they are stuck in a state of suffering, then eventually they are going to inflict that suffering onto you. They want you down in the pits with them because, again, misery needs company. So understand that as the living, you should be communing with the living. If you encounter the dead, you bury the dead. You do not carry corpses on your back. Corpses did not agree to come into the new revolution. Again, there are individuals on this planet that do not have access to courage. They do not have access to neutrality. They do not have access to acceptance. They do not have access to love. They do not have access to joy. They do not have access to peace. There are people on this planet that are stuck at the bottom of the Hawkins scale. Grumpy old trolls, people that live under the bridge. And this is why you hear me say it often that you have no business in the third dimension. You have no business being under the bridge with these individuals. And this is why you must get the courage to walk away and stay away from these toxic personality types because they are addicted to drama, trauma, and chaos, because that is the vibration that they are at. That is the level of consciousness that they operate at. So with that said, ensure that you get the courage to walk away and stay away. All of that love, kindness, and compassion, go ahead and pour that back into yourself, and that is how you will revitalize your energy. And that really is the quick message for today, kind folks. Thank you all for your continued support. Ensure that you are liking these videos. Ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content. Do you have a question? If you have a question, ensure that you leave that in the comment section below. Sheikah is the name. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.